Hey my beautiful gems, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Yes, excuse the cracky voice. I do have tonsillitis and I have not been taking care of myself through that process of illness. So I am losing my voice, but I had to come in here and do a video for my people because we gotta talk about it. So today we're going to be discussing how long you should keep a lock style on your locks. And guys, this is something that has not been addressed. I realize in the lock community, people can do lock styles and have them on for a month and 2 weeks, and they're there bobbing their heads, scratching their scalps, losing their hairline. Like guys, sometimes having a lock style for so long is so bad for your locks that we just don't see because we are so in love with the style, we are so in love with the look, we're so in love with the different change and all that. But guys, we're gonna talk about it today. Lock styles are when you retwist your hair and then you decide to put it in a style. Who doesn't love doing these styles? Like, I will let the pictures pop up all over the screen because there are so many different styles that people do to their locks. Now, the different types of lock styles could be braided locks. That means you do a retwist and then you braid your hair. You take your 3 braids, you braid them, put a rubber band at the bottom. You could do twisted locks. That means you do the retwist and then you twist them down and put a little rubber band. You could also do like a high puff where you do twisted lines into a high puff. You could do half twisted lines and twisted braids at the bottom, twisted locks at the bottom. There are so many styles people do. You could do dreadlock band too, girl. But guys, there are so many styles that you can do to your locks that really do come out unique, beautiful, and just, let your locks look amazing, and also shows how diverse your locks can be. But guys, sometimes we keep our styles for too long or we do them too often, and because of this, our locks suffer. So let's get into what happens when you put your hair in a lock style. Now, when you do a retwist and you do a retwist with product, let's say you like using wax or I don't do these things, guys, remember that. But when you do a retwist and you put it into a style, sometimes you can get buildup that gets stuck in your lock when you remove the style. And if you've had it for a really long time, the more buildup you'll get, because guess what? When your hair is in a style, you start to scratch your scalp a lot. And if you're scratching your scalp, you tend to put product on your hair to help ease the scratching of your scalp. So when your locks are in a style and you spray water and put a little bit of oil on your scalp, that oil will actually get trapped in the beginning of your hair, because when it's in a style, that oil is not really going everywhere equally. It is just going to the places it can penetrate, and where it can penetrate is usually just in the beginning of the hair, and it stops right here. Because let's say now you have your lock in a style. So what happens is now when you remove your locks from that style, you see a lot of buildup in your hair and you're like, what? I think I kept my locks on for too long. Another thing is, let's say you do a high bun, right? When you have your hair constantly being held upwards, you're pulling on your edges. And what is happening is you're weakening your edges, because as long as you're holding your hair up high, and let's say you don't have long hair, and even if you have long hair, trust you me, your locks have weight. So that weight of holding your hair up and pulling on your scalp is actually thinning your edges. And that's what happens when you style your hair and you keep your hair in a style longer than a month or a month and so on. I don't even want you guys to go on to a whole month. I would rather you do 3 weeks at most when your hair is in a style, so that you can avoid product buildup and you can avoid definitely the losing of your hair. Another thing, and I said this, was how you're scratching your head. Every time someone does a style on their locks, we scratch our scalps like all the time. I wish I had videos of how many times I scratched my scalp when I had my style, my high bun style. I hope you guys saw it. I scratched on my scalp so many times, and I was actually worried, and I felt like, no, this can't be good. And this happens a lot when people have their hair in a lock style. And as long as you're scratching your scalp, you are bruising your scalp. And if you're bruising your scalp, then you're gonna create a dry scalp. And when you create a dry scalp, you are creating a base for hair to either fall out, hair to grow slowly. You are stressing your scalp. And for some reason, when your locks are in a style, they get itchy. I need to find out why that happens, but because of that, I don't like keeping my hair in a style for too long, because I cannot stand the itchiness that I do to my scalp, because I don't think I'm being very gentle on it. So I know after 2 weeks, I am definitely removing my style. Another thing is thinning of locks. Yes, I have talked about this a lot, because guys, I hate it when my locks thin from styling. I just go crazy because I want to have beautiful thick locks. I don't want to have thin locks. Who wants thin locks when they're supposed to be thick? Right? The thing here is when you style your hair, and let's say you take these two and you put them in a twist, and let's say you twist it too tight, you are constantly compressing your locks and making them compress even more and more and more, and that's making it very tight and very thin to my experience, because you're constantly like styling the lock that is forming. And if you end up styling it too much, like let's say you're doing your styling every single month, every single few weeks, like you're always putting your hair in a 2-strand twist, or you're always putting your locks after retwist into a braids, or you're putting extensions on your locks. If you're always creating a tension on your locks every single month, trust you me, your lock will start to thin out. It will thin out, and it can even tear. You can get to a point where your lock gets too thin and it just can tear from the lock itself, because you're stressing out your locks so much. You're not giving them time to just breathe. Like if they could breathe, that's all they would want to do, but you're suffocating them with all these styles and all these protective styles that are not really healthy for your locks. Sometimes your locks just want to be free. And when I say your locks want to be free, I mean this look right here. Today I removed my style like 3-4 days ago, even maybe like 5 days ago, and today I just dipped my hair in water, and I just let it be, and I didn't hold it. I don't want to hold it because I don't want to put any tension. Just let your locks be free. That is how they're gonna form the best way. And moving on to the most important thing is, please guys, man, some of you guys, when you do this styling for a month or a month and 2 weeks or even longer, you don't wash your locks. That means you are not washing your locks. You're not washing your locks for a whole month. I believe locks just prosper on water. Locks are like plants. They grow so well when they have water and they're being washed regularly and they're being moisturized, you know. When I wash my hair, when I wash my locks, first of all, I am freeing the buildup that might be adding onto my locks from what I'm doing from the moisturizing. I am removing the buildup. I am cleaning my scalp and giving my hair a beautiful, you know, flat area to grow. I am giving my locks the moisture that it needs. The most important moisture that locks need isn't oil, darling. It is water. So if you have your locks in a style and you haven't put like water in your hair, and you have it in this, you know, like style that is so tense on your lock, and then your locks are dry, guys, you're just, asking for weaker locks. So, you know, I feel like it is so important not to have a lock style for too long, because this will definitely damage your locks. And I see this a lot in my country, in Nairobi, Kenya. A lot of locked beautiful kings and queens do keep their hair in a style for a really long time, and you're just like, ooh, your locks need to breathe. And the crazy thing is, some people, they can style their hair once a month and their locks will be fine, and other people will style their locks once a month and they will see thinning, they will see loss of the edges, they will see product buildup. Like, hair is different, and I'm kind of talking to the people who can't manipulate their hair too much, because it will cause a lot of breakage, it will cause a lot of thinning, because that's just their hair type. Their hair type is not exactly the strongest, the thickest, the, you know, dense. It's not. And guys, that's why I like to share my journey and what I have to do, because I feel like my hair range is like that hair that, girl, we need to find a routine and we need to see what works, because you can't do what everybody be doing, okay? That's the type of hair I have. And so for me, I believe if you're going to style your locks, that's okay, style your locks, but don't have the lock style for longer than 2 weeks. I would say 2 weeks, then wash your hair. And when you wash your hair, guys, please just do lock maintenance. I had a video about lock maintenance and how I maintain my locks. It doesn't mean I retwist my roots, but what I do is, if I have fuzzy hairs, I just twist them around each other just to keep the fuzzy hairs maintained. And that is all. I don't style my hair, I don't retwist my hair really tight, I don't put it in a style. I let my dreads be free, be unique, and grow and form as they wish. And I feel like that's what gives me a healthy scalp. It's what gives me a really good hairline. Like right now, I can even tell you my hairline has struggled, has suffered a bit from the hairstyle I had, because it was held up, you know what I mean? But guys, I am still gonna do a lock style. I just won't put it for long enough, okay? I still wanna have fun with my locks. I'm just saying. But like now, I'm gonna take a break from it. I'm not gonna just dive into another lock style. I'm gonna let my locks breathe. I'm gonna just keep them as simple as just how they are right now. And I think that's the best way to like balance doing a lock style. Don't do it for longer than a month. I don't want you to do it for a month. Like every time I say a month, I feel like I'm just saying a month to make people feel comfortable, but I feel like you should only have it for 2 weeks. Cause girl, if you don't experience all the itching and you don't experience how you want to spray water and put oil, all that, then maybe you really good with your lock styles. Like, hit a girl up, hit me on the comments, tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I cannot have a style for longer than 2 weeks. Okay, my hair needs to breathe. I have a sensitive scalp. I don't like holding my hair for a long time. I don't like feeling tension. I just prefer, I will have my hairstyle for 2 weeks, then let my locks breathe. And that just keeps my scalp feeling healthy. It keeps my hair growing, and just prevents me from losing or damaging my locks any further, guys. So for me, when I think of how long you should have your lock styles in, 2 weeks, okay? 2 weeks. Let's just stay to the 2 weeks, yeah? So this is just what I had to share with you guys today. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. If anything, share with me your experience with your locks and lock stylings. Okay, what styles have you done? What styles did you like, did you not like? What worked for you, what didn't work for you? Because guys, I'm telling you, on my journey, every style I have done on my hair, I just like to have it for 2 weeks and nothing more. So yeah, thank you so much, my beautiful gems, for watching. 2 more videos to come. I love you. Mwah.